Who's kidding who? Video editing is a giant pain in the ass. It used to take me anywhere between 3 to 8 hours just to edit one YouTube video. I'd obsess, overthink, compare myself to others, and I follow advice from pro filmmaker YouTubers that honestly just made the whole thing kind of worse. Then I also tried outsourcing the editing to video editors, but it never turns out the way that I wanted to, only to end up me going a lot of back and forth, which just added more workload to me. So if you're a business owner like me, you're juggling clients, content creation, family, kids on top of that, spending that much time in the editing process is just not scalable. It's not advisable. Hey man, I even had 2 YouTube channels and I kind of quit both of them because I just couldn't take it anymore. It's a lot of work. This time, I cracked the editing code. I've been doing this 7-day YouTube Kickstarter challenge, 1 video a day for 7 days straight. The only reason I managed to pull this off is because I simplified my entire editing process. Now I go from raw footage to published video all in under 1 hour. So by the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing my lazy AI editing framework that cuts my editing time by 80%. I'm also going to show you why perfectionism that you're subconsciously doing right now is absolutely wrecking your consistency. And I'm going to show you how I edit this video right now with only 3 hours before midnight bedtime. So this system is put to the test in real time. Let's go. Oh, by the way, if you are starting a YouTube channel and you want the shortcut to your first 3 client getting YouTube video ideas complete with thumbnail, title, and script outline, download my Binge Builder Kit link down below. All right, let's begin. So we're gonna start with video editing software first. When I started my first YouTube channel, I used DaVinci Resolve, which is a proper video editing software. It's mostly for filmmakers. It's amazing, it can do everything, but the learning curve is rather steep. When I realized that I am now a business YouTuber, all I'm doing is telling people how to do stuff. So I don't need all the fancy editing. All I need is to cut out all the ums and ahs and all the silent gaps in between my recordings. So with a regular editing software, I had to do that manually. I find the whole thing extremely time consuming. At the end of the 8 hours, I'm just exhausted. And this is no way to live my life as a business owner. So I was trying out a bunch of AI editing software that's text-based. It's better to edit the video based on the script rather than the wavelength. I tried a bunch of software, but I finally landed on Descript. It is by no means the best software in the world, but the pros significantly outweigh the cons. If we look at the pricing, I currently have the $4 per month. This has everything that I need with the volume of editing that I'm using currently. Now, what I like about Descript is that it has a bunch of AI features to help edit the video for you. And I use these 5 AI buttons specifically to do most of the editing for me. And all I have to do is check. So I'm going to open up Descript and show you a past project. This is the final edited project of my previous video. I'm going to create a new composition and start fresh so you can see how it works. The beauty of this software is that I can record right away straight into the software. So traditionally you would record with your camera, then when you're done you can take the memory card out and transfer the file somehow to your laptop. Here you can hit record and it can record directly into the software itself, so you don't have to do any transferring. That's one of the biggest time saver that you can get as a creator, right? You want to pump out videos quick. So I'm going back to the finished product and you can see in the projects they already have a bunch of stuff that's crossed out. That's the AI doing the job. The AI already automatically cuts down all of these texts, all these individual stuff. In a traditional editing software, I have to do this manually. With this software, just hit a bunch of buttons and do it all for me all automatically. So let me show you. You click on this button right here. So the first AI button that I use is Edit for Clarity. It will basically remove all the filler words, all the blather. So hit submit, then you can review it. You can accept or not accept each one of these, but usually for me, it works 99% of the time. I just hit done, which means I accept everything. Now, the second AI tool that I use is Studio Sound. If you don't have a pretty good mic, you use this. It will make your sound like a studio mic. I don't really use this because I already have a pretty good mic. Let's say you're recording yourself at like somewhere public, like a cafe, where the background noise is quite noisy. You may need to use this to reduce the background noise, but sometimes the AI software will also reduce your voice, so that may happen. So I only use this in a very emergency situation. Most of the time I don't want to use it. Here, remove filler words. So if you click here, it will cut out all the you know, so stuff like that that shouldn't be in there. When you play back the sentence, it will sound a lot more confident and smooth. The fourth AI tool is remove retakes. So when you're supposed to say one sentence and then you screw it up and then you retake it, it will know which one is best and cut the one that isn't. Isn't that cool? And then this is my favorite, shorten word gaps. Okay, so this is an example in a raw cut video. So you can see that there's a lot of gaps in between. In a normal editing software, you have to cut this manually like this. Cut, delete. It's a lot of work. In this case, you just hit underlord, shorten word gap. It has all this list over here and just click shorten all. Before I click on this, look at the total time here, 7 minutes. If I click here, what will happen? 4 minutes 58. So that's half of the entire footage time. Isn't that crazy? And the last AI tool that I use is add chapters. If you click here, it will recognize the chapters and give it a bookmark like this. When you copy this into YouTube description, that will become your chapters in YouTube. So those are the AI tools. That's the biggest selling point for Descript. The other nice to haves is that I'm a coach, so I do a lot of educational kind of video where I teach you something. So sometimes when you're teaching, it's best to show the thing that you're teaching. So either a diagram or drawing, something to show and visually make your point come across easier with visuals. Here, let's say this part right here, I was telling people that I have 2 YouTube channels. So instead of telling people, I actually show these 2 YouTube channels. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So see, that's a B-roll that we want. And we can do that all automatically with Descript. So if you select a scene, you click here, see media, and I can select 2 media side by side with subtitles. This one is media big, U small on the right side. So we have all these templates that we can change. Another example is sometimes when you want to show something and turn your footage into a loop style video where you show the screen recording and you're down there in a bubble. We can do that automatically with Descript too, with the animation also. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Look at that. Look at that. And animation, all that is automatic. It looks cool AF, right? Yeah, you can also add intro text, section dividers. So I have a bunch of chapters in here. I'm talking about tip 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to go to tip 4. Before I go from tip number 3 to tip number 4, I want to have a transition. And I want to show you what that looks like. That was the transition. So that was the section headline. You know, when you have a presentation, you have a slide to show we're in the new section. They can do that too, all automatic. It looks premium AF. Okay, so that's my secret editing software that I use to eliminate 80% of my editing time. But here's the thing. The person who's using the AI software is still human and he has perfectionism. So I'm going to show you these are the perfectionist traits that you subconsciously are doing right now that is totally killing your progress. All right, so when I tell this, you feel like, oh my God, I'm totally doing that. And then I'm going to tell you why you need to stop doing it and what should you do instead. Okay, even with AI, the real block is you. Let's fix that. The first one is music. Back in my first channel, I was doing personal finance YouTube videos. I used to find background music. So I had to buy royalty licenses and find these music. If my video is 15 minutes long, usually music that I download is around 1 minute, 2 minutes. So what I have to find like 7 songs is just too much. For me right now, I don't have any music at all. So that saves me a lot of time. Tip number 2, what you will realize when you're getting a little bit better with editing, you're reviewing your stuff, and there's gonna be some parts of that video you're gonna really like. The way you say something, you feel like, oh yeah, this guy's, I like the point. Basically, you're praising yourself. So what happens to a lot of you, especially if you're a perfectionist, is you tend to look at some parts over and over again because you have this ego like, yeah, people are gonna feel this is a great video. You would have that feeling. What will happen is you're gonna watch that part over and over again where you don't progress to the next part. Even when you eventually do progress to the next part, you do the same thing there. Oh, this part's also good. I'm gonna watch it again and then edit it a little bit and then watch it again, then edit a little bit and then watch it again. So you end up in this cycle where you're not moving the project forward, right? To prevent this, I set a hard rule for myself. I have a 3-round editing rule. So what does that mean? I only go through the entire footage 3 times maximum. That's it. Round number 1, I'm gonna do AI raw cuts. When I have the raw project on Descript, I click those 5, 6 AI buttons to do all the rough cuts, right? So round 1, reviewing what the AI cut. I want to make sure they cut the right sentence, the right retake. Okay, so 1.25x speed through, just catch everything and make sure that the information flows really well. Then I go to round 2, where I add the B-rolls. B-rolls are the visual stuff that I put on top of the main footage, which we call A-roll. So the B-roll is like a screenshot of something or a diagram that I'm trying to share. So that's where I add the B-roll. Round 2 is where I go through the entire video, and then whenever I see I need to put a B-roll, I added that in. Round 3 is the final polish. I go again at 1.25 speed. The video should be 99% done, but this is usually where I pick up maybe the last minute 1 to 2 tiny errors that needs a little bit adjusting. Okay, then that's it. Done is better than perfect. At this stage, when you're a beginner, you just need a lot of videos to tell the algorithm what your channel is about. Give them more data, right? So don't become too perfect at this point. When you care too much about being perfect, you don't get anything done. Therefore, you're not giving the algorithm enough information about your channel. Done is better than perfect. The third perfectionism that you're subconsciously doing is it goes back to ego. Like, you got to think like the viewer. Sometimes when you put in B-rolls, you got to ask yourself, if I'm the viewer, would I find this valuable? Is this helping with the story or not? So for example, let's say some of you like to put in footages of you walking here, walking there, or pictures of your kids because you think they're cute. It's okay to put it as long as it is enforcing the story that you're trying to portray. If it doesn't, then cut out everything. You got to respect the viewer because they're really busy people. If you can get your point across in 1 minute, then just do a 1-minute video. You don't need to stretch it out to 10 minutes just because you followed some YouTuber's advice to get revenue ads. You're not a YouTuber, you're a business person trying to get clients from YouTube. All right, so the fourth subconscious mind is B-rolls. A-roll is the main footage, this talking head. If your entire video is A-roll, it's kind of boring. So that's where the entertainment YouTubers say you need B-roll. B-roll is the stuff that you put on top to visually stimulate the viewer. For the entertainment channels, they have to do this every 1 to 2 seconds because everybody's attention is just fried. Like TikTok, every 1 second there's always something going on. We're not an entertainment YouTuber, we are a business owner. We do not use stock images. Those look really cheesy and kind of cringe. We are consultants, we are coaches. We want to show the proof that our thing works. Your B-roll is when you're explaining something, screen record what you're talking about. If you have a whiteboard that you have diagrams and stuff, show what that is. If you're trying to explain something to your potential audience, you want to draw it on your iPad, share that screen recording. That's an excellent B-roll. Or at the very least, you can create slides and show that. All of this is a way to show your thinking. Oh, by the way, do you want your first 3 client getting YouTube video ideas complete with titles, thumbnails, and script outline? Then download my Binge Builder Kit, link down below. Also, if you're really serious to building your YouTube channel and you want one-to-one help with me, check out the second link in my description. So we are done. This is the last video on my 7-day YouTube Kickstarter challenge. I actually script, record, edit, and publish 1 YouTube video every single day for 7 days. And today's the last day. I made it. Let me know, guys, do I keep going? Let me know what you want me to teach you next about YouTube down in the comments. I'm definitely on a roll here and I have momentum. I don't want to lose this momentum. I'm really hoping that you're joining me on this challenge, or at least thinking about it. I'll keep doing this challenge if you're doing this challenge too. Let me know in the comments. If not, watch the next video right here.